start off with you. Even in preparation, this is a real scrappy team that we're playing against. They really fight and they're physical.
Yeah.
And, they've got they've strung together a couple of wins here in the second semester. From a preparation standpoint, let's talk defense first. What was the defensive strategy on this?
Yeah, I think that we wanted to make sure that we didn't give 12 open looks. We only really missed on that one time, and that was in transition. We didn't get organized quick enough, and we wanted to try to make sure that we didn't give 2 open threes, and we wanted to try to guard them and not let them get to the basket. And when we struggled, if we struggled defensively, that was typically what they were doing. They were getting to the basket. So if we had to take, we took away the 3-point line pretty well, which I was really happy with. So it was just a matter of making them make extra passes and not letting them get easy buckets in, driving to the basket.
Let's add on to that with the defense. I mean, we held them scoreless for the first 5 minutes of the game, 11-0 run to start. What really, from the defensive perspective, was working?
Yeah, I think our guys, we've kind of switched to this 4-guard lineup, and our guys have come out with a lot of energy, and we're pretty athletic out there with our 4 guards, and of course our big man is extremely athletic. But we are, the guys are just buying in. Honestly, I think it's a matter of them buying into committing to work hard together and not give up easy baskets.
Zach, let's talk. Beginning of the game, it seemed like you couldn't miss. At what point were you kind of feeling like, you were in the groove and started telling guys, give me the ball?
Probably, it's not always nice when you hit the first 3. That's happened a few times this year, especially at home. Seems a little more comfortable. So that's always helpful. But also when you're able to get to the line and get easy shots, like, free throws, or if you're able to get to the rim and get some layups, that just boosts your confidence even more. So it was probably a combination of my first shot going in, and then obviously teammates finding me in a really good scoring positions. We've been working on when guys drive, looking for the right angles, and we've been working that a lot. And so that's guys are looking for, and I'm moving to the right spots, and it's just been an all around team thing.
Yeah, you seem to have your biggest games against Piedmont. But from the offensive perspective,
Mm-hmm.
how Larry and Jason and other guys, how when they drive through the lane, how that opens up inside for you and Evan and even Kyle.
They're just able, especially Larry and Darnell, they're able to get to the rim pretty easily, and they draw a lot of attention because they're good around the rim. But they also drive with their eyes up, and because we've practiced so much, they know exactly where we're going to be. Sometimes they don't really have to look up. I mean, they do to make the right pass, but they know I'm going to be in that spot. So, I mean, a lot of the credit goes to them because they're drawing the defense in, and because they've had so much success getting to the lane and getting to the line even. I mean, Larry's shot in a lot of free throws, so shotting's not a word, but yeah.
That's okay. Kyle, let's talk to you for a little bit here. Coach had mentioned the 4-guard lineup. You're kind of the odd tall guy out. That puts a little bit more responsibility on your shoulders, namely from a rebounding perspective. But talk about how kind of the mentality this season and even the last couple of games. You've averaged around 6 or 7 rebounds a game. You and Curtis seem to be really working hard down on the block.
Well, yeah, like you said, when we have 4 guards, my main goal when I'm playing down low, it's not really to get rebounds. Like coaches emphasize this with me. I just need to clear out the lane. And so if Larry comes in and Larry gets 8 rebounds, I almost feel like those are my rebounds too, because I'm hopefully that is partially me clearing out the lane. So, and I got to give credit to the guys too, because they played really tough defense and kept the guys out of the lane. Less guys in the lane, it's easier it is to get rebounds. So.
Talk about the offense too. Even as we talked about with Zach, you seem to be one of those guys that feeds also off of somebody drives the lane and you're wide open on the baseline or around the free throw line or even at 3-point.
Yeah. Probably more than anyone, I am assist dependent, and so I really like to feed off of Larry and Jason Darnell. They're just really good at finding you when you're down low, and so. I just look when they're driving. I just look for an open spot, whether that's somewhere on the 3-point line, somewhere in the middle. I know that they're going to find me, and they have the confidence that I'll either hit the shot or else I'll find them if they're more open. So.
last couple of games? What do you think has been the key?
Probably just a refocus in practice. Coaches started getting on me a little bit. I just maybe lost focus a little bit, but I started putting more energy in it, and you practice how you play. So if I'm going full speed in practice, I'll be able to do that same thing in games. I just need to, especially as the one big man now, I just need to really add energy and a lot of rebounding. So that's been, once I focus on that, the rest of it kind of comes.
All right, Coach, let's talk a little bit more about kind of the mental toughness it took in the second half. They came out really strong at the start of the second half and really tried to chip away at that lead and get back into the game. We're able to do it. They got down to 6, I think, at one point. And then our guys really showed a lot of toughness to build the lead back up. What was kind of the things that you stressed?
They scored on 5 of their first 5 possessions. And, our 14-point lead was almost erased. I thought the guys responded very well coming out of the timeout. That's always a tricky thing, trying to figure out, when to call that timeout. Do you call it earlier, or do you – and I felt like they responded really well when we came out, and that kind of was – next thing we're up by 10, and then we're pushing into the, double digits further, and then pretty soon we're pretty comfortable in just executing. So I thought, it was a mature effort tonight. That probably 7 minutes, the last 3 of the first half and the first 4 of the second half, really they outplayed us. And I thought our guys did a nice job of kind of putting that behind them, putting the pedal in the metal and getting away from them in the second half. So it was a good win, good team win, and good to see them overcome some adversity.
It was been a tough, long 3 week of 3 games, or this week of 3 games. Coming up next week, we have another one on Tuesday night. What's going to be the takeaways from this game and the biggest things to work on going into Tuesday?
Yeah, we play Johnson and Wells on Tuesday night, and they are probably one of the most athletic teams we're going to play. They have some guys that can really play. We got a win there at their place, and they're going to be hungry when they come here. They're a little desperate because they need to win to try to stay alive in their association. And so desperate teams make for tough opponents, and we have to respond and raise our level of intensity and feed off the crowd. Had another great crowd tonight, and be ready to play. And we're doing a pretty good job now offensively of making teams guard multiple things per possession, and we're preaching to these guys, hey, they don't like to guard multiple, and so that's again, we got to keep getting better at that and make sure that we keep making that extra pass. And we did that a lot tonight. I was really happy to see. I mean, we had 21 assists on 29 baskets. That's almost perfection when you're talking about basketball. So really proud of their effort and just hope we can keep going forward with the defensive intensity, focus, and then offensively continuing to trust and share the ball.